Blessed be God. That's right. Hex is at 6 cents. Gloria, 6.3 cents. My bad. 6.3 cents. But I'm going to answer a lot of your questions. I'm going to go over a lot of the basics of how to stake Hex. What is my current take on it right now? Some tips and tricks, some websites that I use, and also I find really useful for people. I'll make sure and throw them in the links below and stuff like that, as well as later on once the stream is over, I'll add them down to the description box later on in the stream and stuff, man. And I love steak. That's right. How do you like your steak? Medium, baby, medium. Fuck all that blue stuff, man. Definitely, man. Crypto fool, what's going on, you guys? Appreciate it, bro. Let's get this alpha, man. In the beginning, a mommy, daddy, and a mom and dad hex to get together. Let's see who we got in the chat first, man. Dustin Olson, man. First guy right here, man. Join the Citadel or the terrorists win. That's true. Hey, we didn't make the rules, but that just ends up how it goes, man. Josie Wells, what's up, bro? Actually, funnily enough, you know what? I'll say it for another time. Crypto Jedi, I've been waiting for this since Crypto Mindset Q4 22. Please God, someone make sure Miguel isn't at the casino throwing dice. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, like to you guys, man. I was actually playing the other day, and man, I hit a fucking streak, man. Woo! I was hot hands in a dice game, baby. I really was, man. Damn, I think I rolled for like 40 minutes. That was a good roll, man. I made a lot. I mean, we made some money. We got some more money to DCA into the bear market. Now, Billy B. Long, do you think a lot of people will end their 15-year stakes early at the 7.5 mark? Willie, if you ask me this a little bit later in the stream, I will go into more in depth. But that's actually a very great. I was thinking about talking about that a little bit, but we'll definitely get into it. Crypto Boogie, man, what's good, man? Hit the like button, man. Only 82 people watching, man. We need more people up in here, man. But that's great, man. Nellyville, what's going on? DC, my boy? What's going on, dude? What's cracking? Now, did you call it after? Yeah, I called it after that, and then I just started playing. I played some slots because I got bored. I was winning an okay amount on the slots, but slots are just randomized, kind of like bull, That's funny as hell, man. Heavy Metal Hexagon. Oh, that's a dope name. Accumulating liquid hex right now. New stakes on Pulse Chain Ethereum fees are getting ridiculous. Still bear. Definitely, man. Yeah, gas fees are all right. But definitely, man. So let's get into it real quick, man. I'm gonna set some ground rules in terms of just things that you need just to start off before you even start staking. I'm going to throw down some websites real quick, and we'll get into it, man. But there. Let me just pull this screen up here. Boom. I'm guessing you guys can see my screen. Perfect. Good. All right, you guys. Let me just throw you these links real quick. Most of you guys should be using this website. If not, nomics.com. I'm going to give you guys the links to this and stuff. Some of the stuff that I'm using right now for the stream. Nomics.com. Probably the most noob-friendly kind of website where you're going to be able to look at the price of Hex and stuff. Now, this is like this is kind of a bit of a gateway drug in terms of where to start looking for prices of cryptocurrencies. But once you get a little more advanced, we'll be using a little bit of Dex Screener, which I'll give you the link to as well, and a couple of other myriad of other things we kind of messing around with. The main website you want to stake your Hex on is the classic go.hex.stake, which will take you basically right here. So this is the grandpappy website of where you want to stake your Hex at. Oh, we got Charlie in the chat, man. That's right, man. This is an old school stream, man. I had to take it back to the office, man. Don't forget to take notes. Hex Jesus is about to lay it down. That's right. That is right. Native staking, sir. And let's go in a little bit into this. Why? But Miguel, why don't I create an HSI? Why don't I do this? Why don't I put my Hex somewhere else? Because for the most part, outside of a couple of circumstances, there is sometimes some reasons to actually do an HSI or do any of those things. But for right now, for most of you guys, it's too fancy, too quick. I think most people will jump the gun a little too much and try to jump into the HSIs, or and for people who don't know that these are basically this is basically what I'm talking about is basically a 15 you essentially would make a 15-year stake on a what I would call a hedron. It's basically a hedron stake where instead you deposit your hex on this other contract, and from there you essentially make any year you like, but typically a 15-year hex stake maxed out is where you incentivized, and when you do it you then have a custody of those of an NFT, and that NFT it gives you custody later on once that hex expires from that stake, and then you can then lay claim to that hex. But the thing is like for most people, some people decide to take their stakes, go backwards, forwards. I like going front to back, basically, in terms of how to start stakes, especially for someone brand new to the space. And Gabe, yeah, we'll get into PHEX and stuff like trust me, like there's a lot of stuff. So for people who don't know what HEX is, essentially what HEX is HEX is basically Bitcoin with native staking that's built on top of Ethereum, is really what it is. Now, some people might not like that explanation or that sort of a rationale behind what HEX is truly, but that's what it really is. HEX is literally Bitcoin with the ability to stake from 1 day up to 5,555 days, a Quattro Cinco, a 555 stake, which is basically 15.2 years. Now, the beauty of it is this coin was built on the Ethereum network, which for now this is where the maxis and some other people get really pissy, but basically it's either the most safest or the second safest network in all of crypto. So the HEX network doesn't need to spend money in terms of defending itself in terms of contract codes and stuff like that, because when it was created, the contract code was locked, so you couldn't make any more fundamental changes to the source code of HEX. So with that, HEX is a finished product. Okay? HEX is a finished product. That means there is no more changes you can do to it, whether we like to or not. Itself cannot be changed. Now, maybe one day Richard could wake up and say, you know what, we're forking this or something like that. That's more, but that will take more of a group consensus and people accepting that versus not. But as HEX stands right now, this is the real HEX, and HEX cannot be changed. But there will be a new addition to the family, which is PHEX. One problem, which is why I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking the way I'm going to be talking for most of it, is this. We have a bit of a problem. So when you decide to make a stake, the longer the stake is, the more computation on Ethereum network it takes. So the longer your stakes come out, let's just say I do a stake that comes out today, right now, that will probably cost me somewhere between $60 to $90 to unstake it. Not too shabby, right? But what happens is that's at the bottom